Jackson digs it out. Hunsinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers to Rivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making it rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field and gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSA Champions Network. Here with Raider basketball coming your way here this evening from Delta High School here in Muncie, Indiana. Again, between your Wapahani Raiders taking on the Delta Eagles here tonight. Again, as always, I am your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. And we'll go ahead and jump right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Been a little while since the boys played. Their last game was last Saturday night. It was a tough couple games, really. Wapahani, the junior varsity won, the varsity lost. So the JV, good. It's great to see them get back to their winning ways. They were supposed to then play on Tuesday night. Obviously, with the snow that we had last weekend, erased that. Again, still no word if that Hagerstown game will be made up or not. But nonetheless, like I said, it's been 6 days since these boys have last played. And these two teams just played each other about a couple weeks ago. It was right before, it was the morning of the county championship. Wapahani hosts their annual junior varsity classic, and Wapahani and Delta met there in that junior varsity championship game there on that Saturday morning, in which Delta came out victorious. They swept the whole day, I tell you. It was definitely a victorious day there for them, and so I'm sure Wapahani, I'm sure they might have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. I mean, the biggest thing is just, you're coming out here and expecting to win a ball game, regardless of who the opponent is. It just so happens that we play Delta tonight. So I think, from our standpoint, we've got to make sure that we take better care of the basketball. When we played them a couple of weekends ago, we struggled. We was doing fine, and then, we got to a point in time there in a game where, right there, I think it was in the first part of the fourth quarter, it was just, turnovers to galore, and we was really hurting ourselves. Fouls then eventually became an issue, but, we just we couldn't find the rhythm and the momentum that we had earlier in the game, and that's what kind of spelled our demise there in that one on that Saturday morning. So now, yet again, here tonight, again, just like any other ball game, we've got to take good care of the basketball. We've got to utilize our presence on the inside, which really I think for the most part we do a pretty good job of that. Noah Olson is a huge threat on the inside, and I think that, when we utilize him correctly, it just helps out everyone else around him. It benefits everyone as a collective unit because it opens up other opportunities. But it's not just about Noah Olson. It's about all these other guys. Graham Cook, Riley Swift, DJ Seagraves, Ethan Bragg, Landon Cook. When he comes off the bench, Alex, all these guys can provide a spark offensively and defensively as well. They all bring something different to the table. And these guys, I don't think without any doubt has a dynamic skill set. It's just all about coming out here and putting essentially 28 good minutes of basketball on the floor. And how that they can help each other out and find a way to get a W. And that's what And again, it all starts taking good care of the basketball, playing great defense, and rebounding the basketball. And, if you do those basic facets of the game, you're going to give yourself a chance. And hopefully we can do that here tonight on the road here at Delta. Obviously, it should be a great crowd. Both teams always bring great crowds, so should be good from that standpoint. But we're looking forward to seeing what these guys can do here tonight, and hopefully we can come up with a W. Or at least a couple of W's here tonight, here for your Wapahani Raiders. So please stick around here with us. We'll be back here with the finishing comments here on our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
All right, welcome back here live on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Again, with the finishing comments in our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich, again a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So, again, just last few things right here. I think from Wapahani's standpoint, obviously we're here in the back end, obviously of the regular season. We have basically a month left of regular season play, maybe even slightly less. And from a junior varsity standpoint, you want to make your presence known. Not only individually, but as a team. You want to be clicking on all cylinders because, yet again, you never know when your name's going to be called. If Lord forbid, something happens to, one of the guys on varsity, you've got to be ready to step up and step into the role of whatever is asked of you. And so, a game like this here tonight, I think will go a long way in taking a step in the right direction. If we can come out here and perform at a high level that we're capable of playing to. And because, like I said, we have truly a tremendous group of young men out here that, not only good character guys, but also know how to play the game the right way. Now it's just all about putting it out there for 28 minutes. And we're looking forward to watching these guys perform at a high level here tonight. So we hope you guys stay tuned in here throughout the evening. Again, this was our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich. We'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, welcome back in here from Delta High School here as we take a look here at tonight's non-starters and starters. First for your Wapahani Raiders. The non-starters here this evening, number 2, Landon Cook. Also Number 15, Alex Huntenzinger. Number 12, Weston Warren. Also, number 34, Memphis Pickering. And number 42, Trevor Witt. And now for your next home real estate hometown realtor, Courtney Felton, starting lineup here for the Raiders, starting at 1 forward. 6'5" sophomore, number 3, Graham Cook. At the other forward, a 5'11" junior, number 4, Ethan Bragg. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 10, DJ Seagraves. At forward, a 6'6" sophomore, number 20, Noah Olson. And at guard, a 6' junior, number 22, Riley Swift. Again, your Raiders are coached by Mr. Brian Bell. Now we'll take a look here at the starters here for Delta this evening. Again, once again, presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. Starters will look like this. Starting guard, 5'8" freshman, number 2, Asher Chester. At the other guard, a 5'9" freshman, number 3, Lyric Lee. At forward, number 4, J.J. Fernie. At guard, number 5, Cole Robbins. And at forward, a 5'11" sophomore, number 32, Landon Stacy. Again, Noah Harrington is the head coach for the Delta Eagles. So again, that is tonight's Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton starting lineups as we get tonight's game officially underway here at 6:02 p.m. here on this Friday, January the 30th of 2026. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Getting ready for another action-packed night of Raider basketball. DJ Seagraves, right side here to Bragg, now Swift. Here at the top, swung on. Olson now gives way to Graham Cook. Cook dribbles there to the left side elbow. Now swings it back around. Seagraves out near half court. Looking to the right side, there's Riley Swift underneath. Olson down there on the low block, and that bucket will be up and good. And again, just exactly what I was talking about there in our pregame show. And how important it is to get our post presence established early and often. And I think that we always, really for the most part, do a really good job of that. Because, I think that that's what then opens other avenues up. And Lord knows, we've got some guys that can shoot the basketball. As that three-point bucket will be up and good here for Lyric Lee. But we have all the right recipe to be successful any given night. But, again, starts with taking good care of the basketball, establishing that post presence, and again, making sure we're rebounding, finishing possessions, not giving up second chance opportunities. That three from Swift is off the mark. That will be rebounded there by Landon Stacy. And the Eagles back the other way, right side here. That's number 5, Cole Robbins, takes it inside, and he will be fouled there from behind. So the foul will be here on Wapahani's number 4, Ethan Bragg. That will be his first, team's first. That three will be blocked and out of bounds, and it will stay right here with Delta at the 5:12 mark. Inbounded now, that's number 2, Asher Chester. Swung up top, Robbins works it to the right side here to J.J. Fernie. Steps inside, drives left, nothing available. Outside to Robbins, the three is up, and it's good again. So a couple of rainmakers here for the Eagles to begin tonight's ball game. 6-2 start. Seagraves dribbles left, now back to the right here to Graham Cook. Not a bad idea there with the play selection. And you had the back cut screen there from Swift, then on the Seagraves, but Cook didn't quite have the passing lane to get that one in there. And it was a good job there from Graham not to force anything. Got to make sure and take good care of the basketball. Cook drives left, backs down his defender again, a mega mismatch. And now Olson will be fouled on the putback. So the foul on number 32, Landon Stacy, his first. Team's first here of the night. So again, Olson at the free throw line for 2 shots. And again, just as I mentioned, Graham Cook, he had the size advantage took it inside, and really just fell on unfortunate luck as that one rimmed out, but luckily Olsen was right there to clean up there on the offensive board. So the first free throw attempt will be up and left that one a touch short. Put a little bit more arch into that bad boy, and that will fall through the bottom of the net. The second of two, much better, and there we go. So 1 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe there for Noah Olsen. He has all 3 of Wapahani's points so far. Stacy here at the top, the key. Now the handoff. Chester for 3. It's going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Fernie. Back out to Chester again for another 3. And that one will be good from downtown. So again, a 3 for 4 start from beyond the 3-point line for the Eagles. And Wapahani has got to continue to bring some defensive pressure right here. And Wapahani nearly turned that one over. And it was a nice save there from Riley Swift. Cook on to Olsen. Now Seagraves on the far side wing. Dribbles up top. Bragg picks up the loose ball. Now swung on to Swift. Looking for Bragg underneath there in the post. Back out. Olsen, the right side elbow shot. No good. Bragg trying to track down the rebound, but instead Fernie was able to recover the basketball. Chester on here to Lyric Lee. Lee dribbles to the top of the key. He'll take the 3, and that is no good. But another offensive rebound here from the Delta Eagles, as we'll have a foul here on Wapahani. And that foul will be on number 3, Graham Cook. That'll be his first, team's second. So we'll have a substitution here for the Eagles. Number 21, Landon Williams, will check in here for the first time this evening. Good lead to inbound, finds Chester. That shot blocked again. Rebounded by Seagraves, and Wapahani's on the run. Again with just under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Alex Huntenzinger again came in just a moment ago. Will be fouled on the play. And this will be on Delta's number 3, Lyric Lee, his first. Team's second. Inbounded, there's Olsen underneath, cash it in right there for 2 more. And again, we just keep feeding him the basketball. Again, defensively, Delta will have to adjust, and when they do, then that's when Wapahani's got to exploit that adjustment and continue to pick them apart. No good, but another second chance opportunity. Robbins here along the baseline kicks it back out to Fernie. With the spin move, that should have been a travel, but ends up in a turnover nonetheless. First turnover of the night here for the Eagles. Underneath again there to Olsen as that ball stripped away and lands out of bounds off of Delta. Here at the 2:15 mark, we'll have number 1, Cole Davis. And a full timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. Again, 2:15 to play here in the first quarter. We'll step aside and we'll be back here following the timeout here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, again, returning here from the timeout. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So again, following the timeout, Alex Hunzinger here to inbound here for the Raiders, and that will be out of bounds off of Wapahani. So I'm sure that wasn't exactly how head coach Brian Bell drew it up there during the timeout. But nonetheless, first turnover now for Wapahani here in the evening. Up top here, number 21, Williams with the basketball. The handoff here to Asher Chester. Dribbles right, finds Davis, back to Chester. Top the key three is up, no good. And nice blocking out there by Wapahani. Excellent job right there. Seagraves corralled the rebound. Wapahani has opportunity to narrow the gap right here. No good. Deflected around and recovered by Fernie. On the run are the Eagles here. Davis will give way back here to him after the pass there from Fernie. As they look to set it up here offensively. Hunzinger all over Davis. Fernie dribbles right side of the lane, gets to the rim, and puts it through for two. So again, a little too easy right there for J.J. Fernie. So Seagraves will slowly bring it up and then picked up speed late. And again, right into traffic there with a pass. So back-to-back possessions. The Raiders have come up empty. Actually, 3 consecutive possessions Wapahani has following the timeout. There's Fernie will cash in for 2 more. Swift underneath here to Olsen. Backs down his defender, and the big man goes to work once again as he continues to have a heck of a performance here for himself. He has all 7 of Wapahani's points. Fernie out near half court, 20 seconds to play. Williams to top the key 3. That will be no good. And out of bounds, they say, here with 14 seconds. So Landon Cook will now see his first action here of the ball game. DJ Seagraves will have a seat. Alex Hunzinger, they're on the far side of the floor near the corner, will inbound. Inbounds here to Riley Swift. And pushing it up floor along the sideline. 7 seconds and counting. Hunzinger to the corner. Swift, the right side 3 is up. And a big-time splash. Yes. That's a heck of a nice way to end this first quarter. Again, it wasn't pretty at times, but we've narrowed the gap to just 3 here at the end of 1 quarter. Stick around. The second quarter of play coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here with our Some American Legion post 4:37 game break. As we head to the second quarter play again here from Delta High School in Muncie, Indiana. It is Delta 13, Wapahani 10 here in tonight's junior varsity boys basketball game. Again, tonight's game presented here by Alfred Rods and Customs. Again, Alfred Rods and Customs is a proud sponsor of the WHS Network, and we sure do appreciate them and all of our sponsors and all of you for tuning in here tonight. So it'll be Delta basketball opening up the second quarter of play. It'll be number 10, Dylan Clausen, at inbound. Again, he is seeing his first action here of the night coming in during the quarter break. J.J. Fernie dribbles here to the right. The handoff there to Robbins. Gets near the free throw line. Now Williams back to Robbins here in the far side corner. Along the baseline, kicks it out. Williams now to the top of the key. Fernie gets into the paint, has the opportunity, and will put that one through there for 2 more. So again, he's had a couple of opportunities already, has Fernie. Again, getting that first step to where, he's able to get by his defender, and it's off to the races, then to the rim. And so far, so good there for J.J. Fernie. Olsen gets to the rim and puts that one through for 2 more. I'll tell you what, a great start here for the sophomore big man. Already has 9 of Wapahani's 12 points here this evening. That's what we want to see. That was good defense right there from Huntzinger. The rebound here from Swift. Great defensive possession from the Raiders. Oh, my. Swift there with a turnover. 3rd turnover now for Wapahani here in this first half. Davis, again guarded there by Landon Cook. The screen, kicks it out here, now up top. Davis swung on to Robbins. Robbins tries to get to that low block, but instead will opt out and kick it back out here as J.J. Fernie will take over here with the basketball here at the 5:21 mark. Shot will be up from the free throw line, no good. Graham Cook with the rebound. Swift up floor here to Landon Cook. Post feed down low. Olsen turns right around, and man, the big man going to work. Mercy. 11 of the 14 here from Noah. This is a heck of a great game for most. And this is just still the first half, so 15-14. We'll step aside following the timeout from Delta. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back. Following the timeout, again, that commercial break brought to you by Signed by Ash, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Again, 15-14. Delta leads it with 5:01 to play here in this first half. Again, it'll be Delta basketball. Again, the bucket there from Noah Olsen before the timeout. Again, inches the Raider that much closer. And again, we've established that inside presence, and as of right now, Delta has shown me or anybody else nothing to prove to us that they can stop Noah Olsen on the inside. So, heck, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep on pushing the ball up floor and find a way to get the ball to him. If they choose to double team, then guess what that means? Somebody else is going to be open. And then be ready to knock down the shot if your name's called upon. Hunzinger there with a spin move, gets to the rim, can't get the finish. The rebound there by Landon Stacy. And the Eagles off and running here. Landon Williams up top to Chester. Swung on lyrically there on the far side wing. Gets it to the middle. Chester in the corner. The 3 is up. No good. Rebounded by Riley Swift. Ethan Bragg back to Swift. Top the key 3. Yes. Got the friendly bounce and roll to go. Heck yes. So Swift now with 6 points. And how about that? Wapahani, after being down by, I believe it was right around 8 points, I think it was. Heck, you got a 2-point lead right now. That's a heck of a nice turnaround. Again, we've gotten stops defensively. We've really closed on the gaps as far as allowing them much breathing room to get a good shot up. We've rebounded better. And we've taken better care of the basketball for the most part here. We only have 3 turnovers. Delta with only 1, but we've done a really solid job of limiting them to 1 shot or less. Once you start doing that, again, with what we've been able to do offensively so far, as Asher Chester will cash in with another three. That is his second here on the night. Give him 6 points already. And we will have a timeout on the floor. So the timeout again taken here by Delta. And we'll go ahead and stay right here with you. We would like to thank some of our sponsors again here this evening. Again, a big thanks here to Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. So please call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. Again, following the timeout here from Delta, they will have 3 remaining. Wapahani with 4. It's an 18-17 Eagles lead. It'll be Wapahani basketball returning here from the timeout. Alex Huntzinger to inbound. Looking for Landon Cook. And instead we'll find Riley Swift. Up floor, Bragg to Olson. Inside, and the dominance continues here from Noah Olson. So now give the big man 13 first half points. No good there for 3. Deflected there. Huntzinger will pick it up. A good job right there, being aware of your surroundings. Riley Swift here on the near side. Up top, Huntzinger. Back to Swift here on the near side wing. Cook now, right side, dribbles to the top of the key. He'll find Ethan Bragg. Now Huntzinger here on the left side wing. Will dribble there to the middle, tries to dump it down low. Again, a forced pass right there, ends up in a Raider turnover. Our 4th here of the half. The handoff now to Chester, back to Fernie up top. Lee swung to the left side here to Robbins. Now, again, a reversal. Fernie dribbles left. Nice job defensively there by Ethan Bragg. Again, closing off any lane to the basket. Robbins here near side. Kicks it back out. Stacy for 2. So that'll be his first bucket of the night. Back to a Delta 1-point lead. 1:40 to play here in the first half. Right side's Landon Cook. Here at the top. Looking for somebody, anybody. Finally finds Ethan Bragg. He'll give way to Huntzinger. Dribbles here to the top, the key. Looking for some back cut action right there, but again, well defended there by Landon Stacy just a moment ago. Cook from the free throw line. That will be off the mark. And Olson saves it, and that's going to be an over and back violation. Oh, no, it won't be either. Oh, boy. Well, I'm not quite sure why. I don't know why play stopped. That was very random. It just stopped all of a sudden. So we're going to put time back on the clock, and we're ready to go again. Again, the referees, they must have definitely seen something that I didn't. But that is obviously fine with us from Wapahani's standpoint. If it helps us out some a little bit, go right ahead. But again, obviously they're much closer to the action than I am. So they must have seen something right there that, deflected pass as Noah Olson, threw that backwards and the opportunity to save it. Huntzinger here at the top, dribbles right there with his left. Nothing available, back out here, 20 seconds to play. Landon Cook now to Swift. Again, I'm looking to go to the big man. It's worked out well so far. Well, heck, we've got 2 seconds left, and Wapahani's going to end up turning it over. Holy Moses. That wasn't exactly how I'm sure Wapahani wanted that half to end, but you know what? We're right here in the thick of things. Overall, pretty darn good first half here from Wapahani. 20-19 lead for Delta here at the break. Make sure to stick around. We'll have our halftime report coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, basketball fans, welcome back here with our Selma American Legion Post 437 game break at the half. It is Delta 20, Wapahani 19 here at the break. Really, in all honesty, I thought overall, the way we started the game, it wasn't the prettiest. Again, we were down, I think it was right around 13-5, if I remember correctly. Had that 5-0 run to end the first quarter. We was down by 10 or by 3 points there at the end of the first. There in the second quarter, I thought, we continued to get the shots that we're wanting to get by, again, feeding the post. Noah Olson has done an awesome job in the inside so far, from a shot-making standpoint. Rebounding has been very good, not only by him, but from everybody. I think that, there was, a little bit of time right there with, from Delta's standpoint where, they had 4 or 5 possessions, it seemed like, in a row there where they were getting offensive rebounds. And Wapahani clamped down on the defensive end a little bit more. We only allowed 7 second quarter points, so I thought we did a much better job defensively and rebounding, so we were finishing possessions. But I think offensively, we've got to continue to feed the ball to Olson, and I said it there in the second quarter. Delta has not shown me anything that tells me that they can stop him. So if they can't stop him, then keep feeding him the ball until they make whatever kind of adjustments, which I'm sure they've probably made some adjustments here at the half, and we'll see if those adjustments work or if they come to fruition or not. But nonetheless, then from Wapahani's perspective, you can't necessarily go away from him, but that's going to open up other opportunities. That's why you have to establish that post presence. And he's a force to reckon with. When he's going good, he is a force. And so are these other guys. It's not just been him. It's been other guys that's contributed in getting him the ball. It's not necessarily all about scoring. Yes, you have to score points to win, but sometimes some of these other guys that's putting in some of the dirty work that maybe not others will notice. That from a defensive standpoint, that we have done a very, very solid job of here tonight, and it's put us in the position that we're in right now. So, we're only down by 1. Again, Noah Olson leading the way here in the half with 13. Riley Swift there with 6. So 20-19 here at the break. Make sure to stay right here with us. The third quarter play coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, back at it here from Delta High School here in Muncie, Indiana. Again, if you're just joining us here for the first time this evening, we say welcome to the WHS Network, and I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius, alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, Wapahani basketball to open up the second half of play. Again, they find themselves down by 1, and already a turnover to begin the second half. Again, Landon Stacy got his hands in there to deflect the pass away, or to deflect the ball away there from Noah Olson, and creates the turnover. So we'll see what Delta does here on this offensive possession to open up the second half. Robbins for 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Seagraves. And so back come the Raiders the other way. DJ looking for the screen there from Olson. Nothing there. Back to Olson here on the right side elbow. Gives way to Swift. And that pass nearly taken away there by Lyric Lee. Graham Cook looking to go to town right here, guarded by J.J. Fernie. Kicks it back up top to Swift. We've got to find a way to enter the post. And as of right now, we've just been working solely around the perimeter. Oh, look at that. That was beautiful. A well-designed play. And for whatever reason, I just noticed that the clock on our screen never started. And we're a minute and 17 seconds into the quarter. Mercy sakes. So again, Seagraves there with a bucket just a moment ago. The foul here on Ethan Bragg. That will be his second, team's first here of the quarter. Inbounded here, Stacy lost a handle on it, but regathered and nearly lost it again. Fernie trying to find Stacy and ends up in a Eagles turnover. Again, they only had one turnover there in the first half. Pretty solid job of taking good care of the basketball. Swift no good. Seagraves will corral the rebound. Graham Cook there on the far side wing. And we will get a foul underneath. This looks to be on Stacy, and indeed it will be. So Landon Stacy will pick up his second. Team's first here of the quarter. Again, not too many fouls have been called so far, at least in that first half there wasn't. A combined 5 fouls in the first half. So I don't know if that's so much that both teams were just playing solid defensive, or having a good solid defensive effort, which I think it was, or maybe they was just kind of letting them play a little bit. Could be a mixture of both, but I thought it was overall the referees have done an outstanding job, and we appreciate them because again, as I always allude to right here, we cannot play this game without them. So sure to appreciate them for being here. As Graham Cook will record his first points here on the night, making this a 3-point Wapahani lead, their largest lead of the night as well. We was up by 2 there in the second quarter, 17-15. Well, that's the largest that we've gotten out to as far as a lead until now. Asher Chester, right side shot, no good. Stacy there with a rebound, and then he will be fouled underneath. So the foul here on Ethan Bragg again, that will be now his third. So again, Stacy shooting 2. The first free throw attempt will be up and good. Checking in here for Wapahani, number 15, Alex Hunzinger. He'll sub in for Bragg, so I'm sure Ethan will have a little bit of an extended time there on the bench now with 3 fouls. The second of 2 will be up and good as well. Cook pushes it up floor now. Slows the pace down a little bit to get across here from Swift to Seagraves. Holy Moses, that's going to be an over and back violation. Oh, and head coach Brian Bell is just completely baffled right now from what he just seen. But we play on. Right side here, Chester up top to Robbins. Swung on, Fernie here on the near side wing. Now reversing it back to Robbins up top. Here's Lyric Lee. Gets there to the left side elbow. Inside the paint area, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Turnover number 2 for Delta here in the second half. And so now, we see if Wapahani can make them pay right here. We'll see a little full court pressure put on here by the Eagles. Again, the main thing here for Wapahani, we've got to be able to handle the basketball. Nice job there by Graham Cook. Gets it across half court. And now we, get into our offense right here. Seagraves now on the left side wing, the screen from Olsen. A little surprised he didn't try to slip that right there and get to the rim. Cook on the inside, shots up, and it's good. The bank is open for Graham. So nice start here for Graham. Now 4 points here in the second half to start things off. And it's another 3-point lead here for Wapahani. Stacy with a handoff to Fernie here at the top. The key swung on. That's Robbins. Dribbles near the free throw line out to Lyric Lee. Robbins, left side wing, takes it down there on the low block. That pass will be picked off for another Delta turnover. It's a good job again right there by Seagraves and by Robbins. You know, doing zigzags. We've got a loose ball, and we will have a jump. No, not a jump ball. This will be a 30-second timeout from Delta, so this will be a turnover for Wapahani. So this will be the third charge timeout of the evening here for the Eagles, and we will go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout because we would like to recognize some more of our sponsors here this evening. We'd like to send out a big thanks here to Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox. He is your certified athletic trainer, and he's here to get our athletes back in a game and help them get better, stronger, and faster than ever before. He's in his 19th year as Director of Sports Medicine and 47th year overall, so there's no shortage of experience as Tony has helped high school, college, and professional athletes get back to a high-level performance. For all of your rehab and recovery needs, contact Tony Cox with Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine Performance Enhancement at 765-521-1131 and make your appointment now. So greatly appreciate Tony. And both teams, again, make their way back out onto the floor. Again, Wapahani with a 25-22 lead. Again, under 2.5 to play here in this third quarter. Right side handoff to Chester. Takes the right side of the lane, kicks it to the corner here to Lyric Lee. Lost a handle on it. But again, that ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay here with the Eagles. So Lyric Lee to inbound. Looking for Davis on the curl. Instead, we'll find Asher Chester. And so we'll work the ball back outside. Fernie on to Williams. Davis now back to the top of the key to Lyric Lee. And gets inside the paint. No good. Well defended. Seagraves there with another rebound. Swift underneath. Memphis Pickering lost a handle on it. And that's going to be thrown off the backboard and a Wapahani turnover again. So the Raiders already with 4 here in this third quarter. They had 5 the entire first half. But thankfully we have a 3-point lead. Williams, he'll take the 3. That is up. No good. Seagraves corralling another rebound. Been quite the rebounding machine here in this third quarter. The screen there from Pickering. Right side, Huntsinger. Nice positioning right there to get himself in that spot. Talking about Alex, that is. A great first quick step right there. He's able to draw the foul. So the foul on number 4, J.J. Fernie, his first. Team second. So again, 2 shots for Alex Huntsinger. The first free throw attempt will be up. Left that one a touch short. Delta will send number 5, Cole Robbins, and number 32, Landon Stacy, back out onto the floor. Cole Davis, as well as Landon Williams, will have a seat. Again, 1:13 to go here in quarter number 3. The second of 2 for Huntsinger will be up and good. Got the friendly roll to go. Nicely done. So 1 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. Huntsinger there with his first point on the night. And now a 4-point Wapahani lead with nearly a minute to go. Lee outside to Chester. Fernie here at the top of the key. Dribbles left. Gets down there on the low block. Well defended there by Graham Cook. Again, utilizing the height advantage. Seagraves dribbles there to the far side wing. Up top here to Pickering. Again, in command finds Riley Swift. 42 seconds and counting. Alex Hunzinger dumps it down low, and a over-the-back foul here on the Eagles. This looks to be on Chester, and indeed it will be. So Asher Chester will pick up the foul, his first, team's third. And we will get a 30-second timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. This will be their second charge timeout here of the evening. It is Wapahani 26, Delta 22 here with 36 seconds to play in the third. We'll step aside and we'll be back following these messages from the IHSAA.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, folks, welcome back. 26-22. Wapahani leads it here in the closing moments of this third quarter play. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. DJ Seagraves to inbound along the baseline. Following the timeout, inbounds it to Olson and just over the head of the 6'6" big man. And that's going to end up being out of bounds off of Wapahani. So I'll tell you what, the two times where we've taken a timeout tonight, that next possession following the timeout have ended up in a turnover. Tell you what, I'm sure head coach Brian Bell's thinking to himself, I might as well just stop calling timeouts now if we're going to turn it over every time we call a timeout. Mercy. Robbins kicks it to Stacy. Now to the left side. Lee to the corner. Chester's three. Left that one short. Seagraves corralling another rebound. And Swift from half court. No good. And that will do it here for this third quarter from Delta High School. Wapahani 26, Delta 22. Stick around here for your fourth quarter play coming up. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back again with Raider basketball here on the WHS Network as we begin this fourth quarter play in tonight's junior varsity action. Again here from Delta High School in Muncie, Indiana. Again, Wapahani here with a 4-point lead. We head into the last quarter of regulation, and J.J. Fernie will get the Eagles on the board to open up the fourth. Again, they only managed to score 2 points. 2 points in that third quarter. And chalk that up for some excellent defense here from Wapahani. They've really picked up the defensive intensity after those initial first few minutes of the ball game. They've really got their act together and has really done a solid job on the defensive end of the floor here. I mean, you could say the same thing here for Delta as well. But from Wapahani's standpoint, really like what we've done here tonight in all phases. So Hunzinger here to inbound. And that ball inbounded out here near the 10-foot volleyball line of DJ Seagraves. Swift here on the far side wing looking for Olsen. He will get it to him, but again, just led him too far with the pass and ends up out of bounds. And again, this is some of the same stuff that we've seen the first time when these two teams played. Wapahani, for the most part, did a pretty good job until, it got right there in the second half, third, fourth quarter. Then we started to turn the ball over, and Delta they just made us pay. And so far, that's what we've seen here to begin this fourth quarter. We've got to be smart with the basketball. There's another turnover. We're literally giving possessions away. We cannot afford to do that. It's not like these guys don't know that. I know they do. Nobody's ever trying to turn the ball over. If that's the case, and he shouldn't be on the floor. But, these guys, they're competitive. They want to win, but they're also going to make mistakes. But you don't want to continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. That's the kicker. So we'll have Landon Cook now into the ball game. Graham Cook will have a seat. Robbins on here to Fernie here on the near side wing. The handoff to Lyric Lee. He'll dribble to the right side of the lane and then finds Stacy underneath. So again, Delta had 2 points in the third quarter. 2, and they've already scored 6 here within the first minute and almost 40 seconds. So the foul here on number 2, Asher Chester. That's his second. Team's first here of the quarter. Again, they've fed off of Wapahani's turnovers to begin the fourth. So we've got to do a much better job of taking care of the basketball and making every possession count for something. On to Landon Cook there on the left side wing. Again, Stacy was right there in the help side. Swung on now. Seagraves here on the right side wing. Dribbles to the top. Looking for Olsen. Well defended. Again, that's one thing that we've kind of gotten away from here in the second half, is we've gotten away from our post presence there with Noah Olsen. We've got to find a way back inside again. Nice take to the rim and the finish for Riley Swift. That was big time. Nicely done. Swift will head to the free throw line for one more. The foul was on Delta's number 5, Cole Robbins, his first, team's second of the quarter. And so again, Swift at the line here for one more. And that free throw attempt will be up and good. Nicely done, Riley Swift. Great execution by the Raiders on offense on that possession. Back on top here by 1. Again, Swift now with 9 points on the night. Chester finds Stacy right smack dab in the middle of the paint and cashes in there for 2. Hunzinger now looking to push. Lost the handle. Tosses it up in the air. A hope and a prayer finds Cook. Now Swift no good for 3. The rebound by Stacy, and here come the Eagles back the other direction. And now the bucket and the foul for Lyric Lee. So now he will head to the free throw line for 1. The foul on number 10, DJ Seagraves, will be his first. Team's first of the quarter. Free throw attempt up and good. So the 3-point play there for Lyric Lee. 4-point lead for the Eagles. And my, oh my, Wapahani will not get the ball inbounded for a 5-second violation. That is now our 8th turnover of this second half. We'll get a full timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. It is Delta 33, Wapahani 29 with 3:59 to play here in the fourth. Stick around. We'll be back with more right after this timeout. All right, welcome back. Wapahani down by 4 as we return here from timeout with 3:59 to go. Again, the Raiders, the biggest problem so far, again, turnovers. And we've got to find a way to take better care of the basketball. And as I've already mentioned, we've got to make every possession count for something. We've got, really, I think we've done a great job on the defensive end of the floor here tonight. But right now, Delta's offense is being fueled by what their defense is doing, and that is creating turnovers. Again, without Wapahani essentially handing the ball over right now, Delta, I'm not quite sure they would be in the spot that they're in right now. And again, that's not necessarily any knock on them. If anything, that's, adds to, to the greatness and what they've been able to achieve so far here in this fourth quarter and being able to create turnovers because offensively they have struggled after that, really essentially after that first quarter. They haven't really been able to, again, have the opportunities, especially on the outside, that they were getting there for a majority of that first quarter. And that was all, again, because of what Wapahani was doing defensively. But now with, again, with costly turnovers, Delta right now is, riding high. They've got the momentum on their side. They've really done some nice things. But again, a lot of this has been created of what they've done on the defensive end of the basketball, and that's helped them out on the offensive end. So the foul there on J.J. Fernie, his second, team's number 3 of this quarter. Seagraves up top to Swift. Underneath, there we go. Perfect execution right there, finding the big man. I believe that's his first points of this half. He had 13 the first half. They had no answer for him. And then we stopped going to him for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why. And again, that's not for me to, to try to figure out one way or the other. But we've got to keep feeding the ball to the post, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's Olson or Huntzinger, Swift, Pickering, Graham Cook. I don't care who it is. We've got to get the ball inside. A deep 3 from Swift, no good. And now, Delta's in a position, you can't take your foot off the gas by any means. But, perfect example right there. If you take good care of the basketball, take some time off the clock, it's going to be very, very beneficial. And Wapahani comes far and away. The very next possession, Riley Swift knocks down the Rainmaker. That now gives him 12 points on the night. This will be a 30-second timeout here by Wapahani. So we'll run step aside here for a quick timeout of our own. Again, here on the other side of the break, we've got 1:54 to play. Delta 37, Wapahani 34 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back and following the timeout. And 37-34. To the right side corner again, Fernie along the baseline finds Stacy. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Eagles here with 1:31 to go. So again, the fourth timeout taken here by Delta. We'll step aside here for a timeout as well. And we'll be back with more right after these messages here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, back at it here with 1:31 to play here in the fourth. Again, Delta again here with a 3-point lead. 1 timeout for both teams. The rest of this way, again, the foul situation. Delta with 3 team fouls. Wapahani only with 1. Obviously, Wapahani has got to get the ball back. And obviously, the objective here for Delta, a game of keep away and take good care of the basketball. They do that, they're going to be in the driver's seat here. And a foul. And head coach Brian Bell was completely beside himself right there. I thought for a second he was going to have a steal, but instead it ends up in a foul. So the foul will be on Wapahani's number 22, Riley Swift. That will be his first, team's second of the quarter. Fernie will inbound it right off of the leg of Alex Hunzinger, and it results in a turnover. There's Swift, no good. Cook with the rebound. Seagraves back to the corner. Swift. Oh, wow, look at the hustle from Landon Cook. You want to talk about a hope and a prayer right there. Diving out of bounds, not knowing where that ball is going to land. It ends up landing off of a Delta defender and then skyrockets out of bounds. That is excellent hustle right there from Landon Cook. Holy cow. Swift here at the top, dribbles right. Again, we don't necessarily need a 3, but we do need a bucket one way or the other. Swift back to Seagraves. Again, you got to know you're not going to get much breathing room right here. .15 seconds and counting. And we will get a timeout here from Wapahani with 13 seconds to go. So this will be their final timeout. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout here from the Raiders. Again, make sure to tune in. We'll have tonight's varsity game coming up here on the WHS Network, a county championship rematch between the Eagles and the Raiders, in which Delta won just a couple of weeks ago by 2. And what was a hard-fought, physical, and grueling matchup there for both teams. And again, the Eagles come away there with essentially a buzzer beater to win it. And so we'll see what teams or what both of those teams have cooked up for the matchup here tonight. We're expecting a great one. There's no doubt about that. And we're looking forward to it, and we hope you guys are as well. But again, also then on Tuesday night of next week, the Wapahani girls basketball team in action in the opening round of the 2026 IHSAA Class 2A Sectional 40 Girls Basketball Tournament. Again, that will be held at Wapahani High School. Again, we'll try to put something online. I'm not quite sure if we'll have time to do a sectional preview show like what we normally do, just due to everything else we have going on. But we'll at least have a bracket for you, all of you fine folks, to take a look at again for the sectional coming up this coming week. So again, no timeouts remaining for Wapahani, 1 for Delta. Now 12 seconds to play. Swift on to Seagraves. The 3 from Swift up and no good, and that will do it here tonight. So Wapahani had a chance right here at the end, and unfortunately couldn't find a way to come away with a W. So Delta wins this one 37-34, as Wapahani will look to get back at it again next week. They will be at Cowan on Thursday night, and then back at home on Saturday, except I believe, I'm not sure if that's going to be a varsity only. That I'm not sure about, but they will be taking on Union at home. That'll be a noon start time next Saturday. Again, I am not quite sure if that will be a varsity only or not, so we'll get back to you on that one. But nonetheless, again, the final score here of tonight's junior varsity game, Delta 37, Wapahani 34. Again, we'll be back here just a little while here with tonight's varsity game. That varsity broadcast will start probably right around 7:20, maybe a couple minutes after, so about 7:22-ish. So we'll see you all back here then. Until then, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Beard McCoy, live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.